What's good, my peeps? How you guys doing? I know it's been a month and I know it's been a long time, but trust me, we definitely got a banger today. But if you guys really gonna enjoy content like this, I do content like this all the time, and I'm gonna try to do it all the time. The school be kicking my ass, but definitely subscribe because we definitely gonna have a lot of content coming on here. Without further ado, let's get to the whole thing in the video. So about a month ago, my boy Miko and I were talking because we're super excited about Sonic the Hedgehog 3 that's coming out in December, right? And I really had this epiphany like, yo, Miko, I ain't gonna hold you, gang. Like, I think Sonic the cinematic universe has a good chance at being better than the MCU. And I know it's kind of crazy. I'm not saying bigger. I'm not going to say it's going to draw more money. But I do think as a cinematic universe, I think it has a chance to be better. And I'm not talking about the recency bias with Marvel. I'm talking about peak Marvel. And that's a lot for me to say. I'm not going to lie. Because peak Marvel was absolutely crazy, right? But without further ado, let me tell you guys why, in my personal opinion, why I feel like it could be better than the MCU. Starting off with the two Sonic movies, I mean, roughly, they're not oversaturating with characters, with new characters trying to push them in. They're not doing that. Every new character that they've introduced within the Sonic universe so far, they've had their chance to shine. And I honestly think with how many characters that they're introducing per movie so far, that they're pacing themselves very well, keeping the lore fresh, keeping the lore nice and sweet, you know? Within the first movie, we got access to two characters within the Sonic universe, one being Sonic and the other being Dr. Robotnik. I know at the post-credit ending scene, whatever, we did see Tails was confirmed, but in Sonic 2, we got more in-depth of the character of Tails, and we got the full-on introduction of Knuckles, the Echidna. And if you've been living under a rock, if you didn't see a second movie, Shadow showed up at the post-credit ending scene, and he's confirmed to be the main guy of Sonic 3. So roughly, if you do the math, you're expecting about 1.5 to 2 characters per movie, which is honestly fine. And with how insane and how big the Sonic lore is, they're honestly pacing themselves very well, in my humble opinion. Now it's time to move on to the second part on why I think that the Sonic universe could potentially be better than the MCU. I apologize. I'm not good at long-term videos. And quite honestly, it's the introduction to the TV shows. Now, I had this idea before the Knuckles TV series came out, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait a little bit after until the Knuckles TV series comes out, because I'm going to see for myself just to see if I could cook. Now, I did do a small little review on this of a short that I did yesterday. I gave my opinion on it. It was okay. But if you guys want to see the short on it, it's on my page, so definitely go check that out if you guys haven't yet. Go show some love. But obviously, if you're living under a rock, Knuckles did get his own TV series, and it was a decent TV series at best. That's how much I'm going to put. Check out my video. But why I think that this is so cool that Knuckles ended up getting his own TV series, because this opens up the door for the other characters to get their own TV series. And let's face it, as loved as Knuckles is, he's not as big as Sonic or Shadow. And the fact that he got his own TV series and actually did pretty well, it's going to open up doors for a lot of other characters, a lot of fan favorites, like a Shadow the Hedgehog, to get his own TV series. Not only that, but if they take their time with it and if they actually go along with it, this could be very good to potentially connect the dots to another movie or to another TV show. But honestly, the fact that Knuckles pretty much opened up the door and it was actually a pretty decent show to have other characters get their own show, it's going to be good. So for other characters like Shadow, like Tails, it's going to be good for them. It's going to be good for them, and it's going to make a lot of money. Like a Shadow the Hedgehog series, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would watch that shit. Let's move on to the next phase on why I think it could be better than the MCU. Now, obviously, within every single fan base, you got the casual audience and you got the diehard audience. Now, within the Sonic universe, I'm pretty sure with these first 3 movies, we know this is catered to the super casual audience. I mean, we got Dr. Eggman, we got Sonic, we got Tails, and we got Knuckles. And obviously, we also got Shadow. Those are the characters that really do cater to the casual audience, and that's going to bring in the money. That's going to bring in the viewership. But I think what they can do eventually over time is add the characters for the diehard fans. That being Amy, Rogue, Espio, Metal fucking Sonic, Jet. And this is why I say they have done a great job at pacing themselves, because they haven't had to add these characters in yet, because the story's still so good and so fresh that we probably might not see a lot of these characters until probably a couple shows in, probably a couple more movies in. But that's why I say they've done a great job at pacing themselves with just adding maybe 1 to 2 new characters per fucking movie, because they don't need to add all the diehards in right away. They're not desperate for the name value. They're cooking right now in the kitchen when it comes to their stories and their cinematic scenes. Now, moving on to the next part that I want to talk about is the insane lore that Sonic does have within its universe. First, let me talk to you guys specifically about some things. So Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Secret Ring, Sonic Riders, Sonic and the Black Knight, and many others, right? Now, a game like Sonic Unleashed, in my opinion, that can be a movie, and I think that would be very sick to fucking see. But I'm not saying turn all of these video games into movies. That's not what I'm saying. But they have such a deep lore that they can sprinkle some Easter eggs here and there, and this shit would be dope. As long as they don't overdo it and they're selective and they know how to sprinkle it in there, or if they just want to fully commit into making like Sonic Unleashed the movie or some shit like that, I think it could be very, very, very well done. Now, I pretty much covered everything that Sonic could potentially do to be better than the MCU, and I firmly stand by that. If they're selective and they're not rushing things, I definitely do think they could be better than the MCU. But if you guys disagree, let me know your reasonings in the comments. If you do agree, let me know your reasoning in the comments. And let me know, is there anything that the Sonic Cinematic Universe can do that makes sure that they are better than the MCU at its peak? Not bigger, but better. Just better quality, better overall content. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, worked hard on it. But like and subscribe if you guys want to see more shit like this. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe, stay blessed. Love you guys.